Naples isn't the most visited city in Italy, paling in comparison to hotspots like Rome and Milan, but that doesn't mean it's not worth including in your vacation. If you're going to go to Europe's boot and haven't seen it yet, it may be time to go Neapolitan. Keep watching to learn the best things to do in Naples, Italy. Pompeii and Herculaneum. A massive eruption from Mount Vesuvius buried the city of Pompeii. It's a well-known tragedy that's since become a popular tourist attraction in Naples. The eruption left almost all of Pompeii perfectly preserved. The Garden of the Fugitives has at least 13 ashen figures trying to escape. There's also a restored theater and a brothel full of lewd paintings. Bring comfortable walking shoes and take a picnic lunch with you because the food inside this popular attraction is expensive. Herculaneum is another wondrous city at the base of Mount Vesuvius. It was almost completely engulfed by lava. The town has at least 12 boathouses and the remains of over 300 Romans. It's more tourist-friendly than Pompeii because it's not as crowded and has helpful guided signs. The National Archeological Museum of Napoli. This area once served as a military barracks, then it turned into a university. Charles VII dubbed it the National Archeological Museum of Napoli in the 18th century. It's full of artifacts from Pompeii and Herculaneum, making it one of the best things to do in Naples if you can't get to either of those sites. It's one of the largest archaeological museums in the world. The first 2 floors are full of frescoes and mosaics from Italy. One of the most interesting is the Toro Farnese statue, a massive piece of marble referenced in the writings of Roman author Pliny the Elder. It also has one of the largest Egyptian collections in Europe. There's no cafe or refreshments to revive yourself after you're done. Most of the signs are in Italian, which can make it difficult to navigate. Museo de Capodimonte. This museum sits on the ground of the Bosco de Capodimonte Public Park. It was commissioned in 1738 as a hunting lodge for Charles VII and took over a century to build. It now serves as a must-see, featuring all the best masters of Italian art, including Michelangelo, Raphael, and Titian. In addition to its exhibitions, it also houses exotic trees, statues, and fountains. All the descriptions are in Italian, but the view from the palazzo and the surrounding park is magnificent. Museo d'Arte Contemporanea Donnaregina, MADRE. This museum may sit in a 14th century Gothic church, but it's full of modern art. It has works by Jeff Koons, Anish Kapoor, and more. Eat pizza. If you're going to the birthplace of pizza, you've got to get a slice. If you're lucky, you'll see special events like pizza-making championships. Most Michelin star pizzerias in Italy are in the area. Try to find one certified by the local association. That shows they're still using traditional ingredients and methods. One of the best places to go is the Via Tribunali. It has the fluffy charred dough you'd expect. Anywhere else on Pizza Alley is also worth trying. Figlio del Presidente was Bill Clinton's favorite, and the arancini rice balls at Di Matteo are the best in the city. Wherever you go, get a reservation in advance to beat out the other hungry customers. Caffe Mexico. Visiting here is one of the best things to do in Naples to try another one of its favorite treats, coffee. You'll be welcomed in by its yellow awning, and the bright espresso machine will also perk you up. Be prepared, your coffee comes sweetened unless you asked. Catacombs di San Gennaro. These catacombs sit 100 steps beneath the city and have been around since the 2nd century. San Gennaro designated it a pilgrimage site in the 5th century and was buried there, and so were at least 3,000 others. Dead bodies aren't all you'll see in the catacombs. They're also full of beautiful art, such as mosaics and early Christian rooms that could be as old as Pompeii. Dress warm and bring comfortable shoes. Get a tour guide to make sure you can see and understand everything it has to offer, but book in advance. Fontenelle Cemetery. This is the place to go if you'd rather visit resting places in Naples that sit above the ground. It's a former quarry that ended up holding 250,000 Neapolitans wiped out by a plague. The creepiest part is that it's a hotspot for an ancient ritual. Tending to a designated skeleton was believed to give you a wish. The cemetery is closed for renovation right now, but worth visiting once it reopens. Piazzo del Plebiscito. This is one of the best places for sightseeing. It's a pedestrian square that sits right near other population attractions like the Basilica Royale and the Royal Palace. The piazza is open all day long, so you'll have time to stop in as many places as possible. The Gran Caffè Gambrinus is a famous coffee spot and meeting place that also features beautiful works of art. Royal Palace. Plebiscite Square sits in the center of Naples. On October 2, 1860, it was the place where King Francis II abdicated the throne. You can still see his royal palace there. Its interior is full of massive, lavishly decorated rooms. You'll get a glimpse not only into King Francis's life, but everyone who ever ruled Naples throughout its history. It's open from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day but Wednesdays. Capella Sanservo. This 18th century chapel was designed by alchemist and inventor Gian Francesco de Sangro. It's full of gorgeous marble statues from artists like Corradini and San Martino. It may be small, but it's full of symbolism and beauty. The highlight is the Veiled Christ created by Giuseppe San Martino in 1735. It presents a realistic picture of Jesus Christ covered in a veil after his crucifixion. If you're ready for even more somber pieces, you can head down to the crypt. It houses the Anatomical Machines exhibit featuring 2 glass skeletons of a man and woman with their arteries and veins exposed. Certosa e Museo di San Martino. This beautiful church was founded in the 14th century as a Carthusian monastery. It now sits above the city and provides views that are almost as beautiful as what's inside. It's been renovated several times by masters such as Giovanni Antonio Dossio and Cosimo Fanzago, but you'll still feel like you're getting a piece of history here. It has several 17th century works and even antique nativity scenes. Castel del Ovo. This castle gives an imposing image. It was one of the first sites where Greeks arrived in Naples thousands of years ago. The name loosely translates to egg castle. Legend has it that Roman poet Virgil placed an egg on its foundation and said that if it broke, so would the city. It never did. The castle is connected to the mainland by a small marina. This means you can go visit one of the many nearby seafood restaurants when you get hungry. Gesu Novo. This church belonged to Giuseppe Moscati, who dedicated his life to helping the poor. He performed miracles and was made a saint in 1987. It's impressive from the outside. There's even a bomb from WW2 stuck into the side of it, but you need to go in to get the full picture. It has marble doors, frescoes, a beautiful garden, and more. San Gregorio Armeno. This area earned the name Christmas Alley, but visiting it is one of the best things to do in Naples year-round. You can buy beautiful nativity scenes and ornaments made to resemble almost any celebrity. It's a cute, calm way to end your day. You can also stop for a coffee or gelato if you're not looking to take anything home. You should also try to sneak away to the cloister of the San Gregorio Armeno Church if you can find it. It has a beautiful enclosed garden of citrus trees that's only open for 2 hours in the morning before the nuns close it back up again. Lungomare. This 2.5-kilometer strip of road is one of the best things to do because of all it offers. It sits along the shore and provides beautiful views of Mount Vesuvius and Capri, but that's not all. There are also beach kiosks where you can get a treat such as a lemon granita. It's also close enough to the beach for you to sunbathe on a nearby rock. Teatro di San Carlo. Opera's only been in Italy since the 17th century, but it quickly became one of the country's favorite pastimes. This theater is one of the best places to see it in Naples. It's one of the most beautiful in Europe and one of the oldest, so you feel like you've stepped back in time. Capri. This smaller island off the mainland is a relaxing escape. You can reach it by taking an hour-long ferry trip. It's right next to the Tyrrhenian Sea, giving it beautiful blue waters and gorgeous beaches. You can also take a day trip to the Blue Grotto and hike up the mountains. A short boat ride to Bagno di Tiberio will give you the chance to swim in the ruins of a Roman villa. Now it's time to hear from you. Have you ever been to Naples? Did we miss any of your favorites? And if not, do you think you'll ever get there?